Stephanie Miller welcomes Congresswoman Jen Shetakowski. The two preview a significant week in Washington, including just how serious her Republican colleagues are about defaulting on the debt limit. Here's Stephanie.
Let's talk about the, here we go again with the hostage crisis over the debt ceiling, correct? You said you are a senior member on the budget committee. It just, Kevin McCarthy, I don't know what to say anymore about him being hostage to the likes of Marjorie Taylor Greene, who once again just disgraced the floor of Congress this week in, multiple hearings, right? I don't... It's the body my dad served in, Congresswoman. I just can't. With her, I don't even know where to start. Her name calling and her just ridiculousness, and that Kevin McCarthy is a hostage to people like that is just, a tragedy, isn't it?
Absolutely. The only way he was able to even get to be the Speaker of the House was to sell his soul to the worst of the worst among the Republicans, the most extreme extremists. And so what we're seeing now is that he don't get their checks. We see children and pregnant women not getting health care. I mean, their nutrition programs, including their health care. We see that he is willing to sacrifice the most vulnerable of us in order to stretch out the not paying the debts of the United States. Let's remember that during the Trump administration, 3 times in a row with no hullabaloo at all, he raised what they call the debt ceiling. It makes it sound like we're going to spend more money. No. This is about paying the bills, and the sacrificial lambs will be the people that need the money most.
I'll always fight for inclusive policies. And thank you, because you have been fighting the good fight, with us for so long. And as you said, we were talking off air, you just said this is just bullying. This is all this is.
Absolutely. They did some polling and they found out that, some people are offended by the idea that trans girls are playing in sports. There's hardly any. We're talking about a tiny number of girls who, want to play sports. And in the meantime, we are underfunding girls' sports.
Yeah.
Most of the money when it comes to funding for athletics and sports, it goes to the boys. I'm okay with boys, but we aren't funding, and they get paid less when they are professionals. That's where the discrimination is. But no, let's pick on the few girls who want to play sports and happen to be trans. It's disgusting. It is. Max is right. Max is lost.
And you also said, instead of focusing on some of our nation's most pressing issues like gun violence, climate change, hunger, my Republican colleagues spent the week bullying trans kids. I mean, you're right. I can't remember a couple of these red states they were talking about. You're right. It's literally 1 or 2 people, like 1 or 2 kids that they're bullying, that they're doing an entire piece of legislation for, instead of the fact that, as I was saying yesterday, Representative, it is really the destruction of our children's childhood, the gun problem, isn't it? I mean, they are terrified.
The number 1 cause of death in the United States of America for children right now, guns. Think of that.
Yeah.
That is the most dangerous thing, more than any disease that children might get. It's guns. Just in my neighborhood, right near Northwestern University, an 18-year-old was shot and killed. It was really kind of a gunfight between teenagers, and they have access to guns. I also want to tell you, yesterday, my deputy chief of staff, her cousins, who were hosting another family, were shot to death, both families, by the son of the other family who had just been released from prison. I don't know how he got his gun. I don't know what happened, but it's everywhere. It's everyone. And our children are particularly vulnerable, and they're traumatized. They're afraid to go to school. It's ridiculous. We're the only country in the world that has this kind of the number of guns.
Yeah.
more guns than people in the United States.
Yeah. I'm curious too if you want to comment on the Fox News Dominion lawsuit, because I was saying that at some point it seems like it's all one story. The 94-year-old man that shot the 16-year-old black kid that came to his door by mistake. His grandson said he watched Fox News all day long. I mean, that's their business model, is scaring old people, to be afraid of brown people, basically. And we've had several stories just in the last few days of someone being in the wrong driveway or on the wrong porch that have been shot. And
He
yeah,
said he
go ahead.
was afraid. And you know what? Part of what the gun industry wants to do is make you afraid. Be afraid. You better arm yourself because it could happen anytime. Someone could knock on your door. Someone could drive up to your driveway. They could kill you. They could attack you. Be ready. And so they watch it all day. And then the proliferation of guns, you better
Yeah.
have a whole bunch of them in your house to make sure that you are safe.
Yep. Let's
That's
talk
the
about.
message. And that's how they sell that's their model for how they sell more weapons.
Yeah, exactly. You've been working on another issue close to my heart. I mentioned to you off air, my mom is 100 and has Alzheimer's and is in a nursing home. And I say every time I'm there, thank you to the workers, and you are doing the Lord's work. I mean, she is wheelchair bound. I can't get her to the bathroom by myself anymore. You have to ask for help. I mean, the work that they do, they're caregivers. You've been calling for higher wages, safe staffing standards for nurses. You just said you were talking about the quality of long-term care. Far too many people are forced to enter nursing homes or placed on long wait lists because of chronic underinvestment in care workers. We must start paying a livable wage to caregivers who are predominantly women of color, and we must value unpaid family caregivers by offering compensation and acknowledgement of their contribution to society. I think that just says it all. Thank you for giving voice to people that often don't have a voice.